Are hopes, dreams, prayers, anything that people wanted to write, and then they were made into butterflies. Who made them? Martha and a friend did the butterflies. Thank you very much. They did a great job. Aren't they pretty? Yep. Okay. Well, after the announcements, during the welcome, we'll bring the screen back down to say hello to our Zoom people. Let's see, we have a couple of people that are going to make announcements. Jeremy, come on down. Britt, come on down. Jim, do you want to make the announcement about reporters?
So people approached the staff a little concerned. We had people, reporters from Finland here last week. The week before that, we had some people from New Zealand, and they're not coming to see me. Apparently, one of you has decided to run for Senate. If reporters show up, we're asking them not to take pictures of people without permission. So if you feel uncomfortable, feel free to say that to people. If you don't want to talk to people, we are a church first, so we don't tell people how to vote. I think people can kind of figure out how we feel about this particular race. So anyway, but we wanted people to feel at ease. We've asked if anybody comes with a camera to take from the front or from the very back of the room, but not to take people's faces without their permission. So anyway, did I cover the base?
I think so.
Okay.
I promise this is the last time I'm going to ask for volunteers for this until October when we start it all over again. For those of you who don't know, my name is Jeremy. Twice a year, we have a group of volunteers go out and paint a house for somebody in the Austin area through a group called IACT, Interfaith Action of Central Texas. It's called the Hands-On Housing Project. About 4 of us went out and did some repairs on this house earlier this week. And then next Saturday is paint day. That's the 11th. We started around 8:30 in the morning. We go until the house is completely done. If you are available and can show up for an hour, 2 hours, 4 hours, 8 hours, however much time you can, it would be greatly appreciated. This house is amazing. It is over 100 years old. The woman who lives in the house, it was built by her grandfather, and there's a century oak in the backyard that is maintained by the city of Austin. It's just a wonderful thing. I know that everyone that has been involved in this over the last 3 years that we've been doing it has really loved being a part of it. So if you're able, see me after service, or there's a sign-up sheet out in the lobby. Thank you.
Hi, everyone. If you don't know me, my name is Britt, and I chair the Social Justice Committee. First, I want to start just with a big thank you to everybody who attended last week's rally with us, participated in organizing, volunteering, training. It was a really special event, and I'm really proud of what we did together. One of my personal favorites, if I can, was when we sang We Are the Ones with a bunch of strangers, and the singing ladies joined us. It was really, really special. So thank you to everybody who participated. Second, we have on May 16th, we're hosting a screening of The Librarians. It's a documentary about book banning here in Texas, and it's been championed beautifully by our Julie Norton. And we would love for you to attend, and we need as many hands on deck as possible, so volunteers would be greatly welcome. And if you're interested, please see me. Third, this is just a standing invitation for everybody. New members are always welcome on the Social Justice Committee. We meet every 4th Thursday, get this wrong every time, 4th Thursday of every month. The next one is 7 p.m. on April 23rd, and we would love to see you there. Thanks and happy Easter.
Thank you. Just a couple other quick things. The Octogenarian Plus virtual roundtable. Say that 3 times really fast. They have a Zoom roundtable, and it takes place this coming Wednesday, April 8th at 7 p.m. Earth Care has Ocean Health Awareness coming up. There's a flyer you can check out in the foyer. We want to thank everyone for donating tulips. It's really pretty up here, and we thank you. If you want to, the dedications are going to be shown directly after the benediction here if you'd like to see those. And you can also take them today, right?
Yes.
If you gave one, you can take it home today. Okay, Carol.
Welcome and happy Easter. We are so glad that you're here. For us, Easter is a time when there's an emerging promise that life overcomes death, that hope overcomes despair, and that renewal can overcome those things in our lives that feel broken. Wherever you are today, as you've come, you may be in joy, you may be in uncertainty, you may be in grief, you may be in expectation. Wherever you are welcome, and we are glad you're here. I just want to remind people that we have a quiet room in case you feel that you and your child would like to take a little break. And we also would like everyone to sign in. We have friendship clipboards. Please, if you're visiting for the first time, add your email address and we'll put you on our e-news. And I believe that Zoom has come up, so we're going to welcome our Zoomers. And remember, you have to turn around. And I see Jerome and Babette are there, and they will have fellowship for the Zoomers after our service. We also welcome those on YouTube. Please like and subscribe. And now, let us come together in community.
Please join me in our call to community. We were sent here to search for the light of Easter in our hearts. And when we find it, we are meant to give it away generously. The dawn that is rising this Easter morning is a gift to our hearts. We are meant to celebrate it and to carry away from this sacred place the gifts of healing and light and the courage of a new beginning.
Good morning. I would like to welcome the young and the young at heart up for our puppet show.
Welcome, everybody.
Hello. Hello and good morning. Hello. What a wonderful group of friends we have. Oh, well, Jack, you seem quiet.
Well, I guess I am. I had a crazy dream last night. Do you ever think there's something you're supposed to do with your life?
Jack, you're just a rabbit. You're supposed to eat carrots and hop around.
Well, yeah, maybe, but the dream seems surreal.
Well, can you tell us what you dreamt?
Well, yeah, I had this crazy dream that it was like there were people who were making us talk. I couldn't really see them, but it looked like maybe some of them had glasses.
Well, that's just stupid.
I don't think that's stupid, Jack.
You know,
Whenever I sing or dance, I feel like someone or something is trying to be happy through me. It's almost like there's some intelligence behind me wanting to be expressed when I sing or dance.
Look, this is just crazy. If these invisible people are so smart, why do they need glasses? And why wouldn't you be able to see them?
well, it was kind of like I was turned wrong or something. But they seemed very kind and smart, and they were speaking through us.
Jack, we're Presbyterian puppets. We don't believe in crazy things like that. We just believe in that big sock puppet in the sky.
I wonder if there are people behind us, if they would have an intelligence behind them that makes them speak.
I just wish I knew what I should do with my life.
Well, Jack, if someone or something is trying to be expressed through you, then the answer is simple.
Really? Well, what is it?
Do what you love most. If there is a purpose for your life, that is how you would find it.
Well, more than anything, I like making children happy.
Well, maybe that's your purpose. Maybe someone or something deeper is expressed through you when you make children happy. Whatever our source is, I believe we know our life's meaning when we love.
Well, I don't care about the meaning of life. I'm Presbyterian. Let's just say some creeds and go home.
I'm Presbyterian too, but I express my faith by living and loving. Love is praised using many sacred names. Some find meaning through religion, some find meaning through art, some through science, but we all experience our source when we love. Let's sing a song together.
Why not?
Will y'all help sing a song? This is a song we haven't done in a while, but I like it a lot. Oops. Let's see. Well, this is all tangly, exactly. That's right. This is the song where we try to make it sound like a train. Do you remember that song? It's without love, where would you be now? What? Down around the corner, half a mile from here, see the long train run and watch it disappear. Without love, where would you be now? sick. Down around the tracks, lost a home and a family. Now she won't be coming back without love. Where would you be now without love? Without love.
Where would you be now?
Thank you, very good. Y'all made a great train.
All right, my young friends, you are all invited back to chapel. If you're 5 and under, you're going to go in the...
I'm 5.
Yeah, wonderful. That's great. You're going to go in the little chapel classroom, and the rest of you will come with me and Bob. So just meet us back there. Steve has got a vest on. He's going to wave. Follow Steve.
I'm 4.
Wonderful.
The blessing of the morning light to you. May it find you, even in your invisible appearances. May you be seen to have risen from some other place you know or have known in the darkness, and that carries all you need. May you see what is hidden in you as a place of hospitality and shadowed shelter. May that hidden darkness be your gift to give. May you hold that shadow to the light and the silence of that shelter to the word of the light. May you join all your previous disappearances with this new appearance, this new morning, this being seen again, new and newly alive.
We come to that time when we pause for a time of meditation. Some folks call it prayer. Whatever works for you works well here. So just join us. As we gather on this Easter Sunday, we remember all those who have sacrificed their lives so that we could be here and have a better life. No matter how we are today, physically, mentally, or emotionally, may we continue to invite hope into our lives. May that hope fill our minds with a sense of purpose and direction. May it fill our spirits with a renewed sense of joy. And may it lift our hearts with love for all of creation. May we honor the many ways in which our earthly families weave healing and hope into their world. May our common desire for peace and justice rise up beyond cries for vengeance and retribution to create within us the courage and opportunities to work together toward our common goals. In this community, may we feel supported in our times of doubt and despair, in those times when our questions about life scare us. Breathe into us the love that is all around us when we allow negative thoughts and beliefs to take over our minds and hearts. Help us open our hearts and minds to discover truths that can lift us resurrect our sense of purpose, and once again bring us hope. Enliven our spirit, that we might be your loving presence in our hurting world. We lift up prayers for all those who suffer from illnesses of the body, mind, or spirit. We lift up those lives which seem filled with turmoil, those who face a multitude of unjust systems and laws each and every day, those who wonder where their next meal will come from, those who wonder if they can remain sober and drug-free in a very stressful world with few coping skills. May all these people find renewed hope, renewed energies, and renewed help in their daily struggles. In our own community, we lift up Pamela G. after the unexpected death of her son Blake. We lift up Sandy H.'s middle granddaughter, Haley, who has a new diagnosis that will affect her life from now on. We lift up Teresa, whose mom fell recently, and we lift up Lynn and family with a daughter that is dealing with a disease that will change her life also. We would ask a special portion of your love, your grace, and your peace for all who are suffering throughout our community and our world. We lift all this up in all your many precious names. Amen.
Our scripture today comes from the Gospel of John. It was before the feast of Passover, and Jesus realized that the hour had come for him to pass from this world to God. He had always loved his own in this world, but now he showed how perfect this love was. The devil had already convinced Judas Iscariot, son of Simon, to betray Jesus. So during supper, Jesus, knowing that God had put all things into his own hands, and that he had come from God and was returning to God, rose from the table, took off his clothes, and wrapped a towel around his waist. He then poured water into a basin and began to wash the disciples' feet and dry them with the towel that was around his waist. Ancient words for our present-day understanding.
Well, thank you for spending Easter with us. If you're a visitor, my condolences. You made a mistake next year. You'll know. I'm not an Orthodox Christian theologian. Are you surprised? Yeah, Reverend Babs is very disappointed. Well, it was Orthodox religion that killed Jesus. It was Orthodox religion that took the Sermon on the Mount and put it on the edges of the faith. It was Orthodox religion that killed the mystics, who were the original Christians. And so it's very important for people to realize that Orthodox Christianity is not the only form of Christianity. In addition to people like Luther and Calvin and Augustine, there were people like Schweitzer, Tolstoy, Martin Luther King. And their religion was based on the Sermon on the Mount, up front and center. The theological parts were cosmic poetry to help someone understand what it means to be a human being in the universe. I love the church. I've given my life to the church, but I've also had a lifelong lover's quarrel with the church because we don't like to leave other people alone. And that's not okay. The president is more and more, whatever the new modern tweet thing is, X, being more and more religious now, more and more theological. He sent one out today mocking the Iranians, saying how he's going to commit war crimes against their infrastructure. He didn't use those words, but to bomb civilian infrastructure is a war crime. Not that the whole war is not a war crime. But in addition to threatening to turn their lives into hell, he closed with praise Allah. He taunted. Now he and Hegseth are not going to be the ones that go to Iran. It will be the young people of America.
That's right.
Who he's sending out to what may be for some a holy war now. This cruelty is the setting that Christianity was born out of. Herod was really good at building buildings too. He liked putting gold on everything. This is an ancient, ancient story. And Christianity, like many world religions, was born to give hope to those in that situation. The faith was not originally about unprovable claims, about invisible people. It was a poetry about who you are in the universe. I got a bad attitude really early in life. My grandparents were morticians. And there's a very particular type of religion. You know, fans with that kind of fan with the biblical quotes. He's much better now. God must have needed a plumber. But the worst for me was hearing that people looked so naturally like they were asleep. Because to me, they looked like wax candles. So there was a horror early on of seeing people pretend things, that they knew that person was in heaven. But then they'd break down and cry. That didn't make sense to a little kid. So I knew that adults were pretending. It didn't make them bad. It made them afraid. There's a type of Christianity that claims that Easter is the proof that Christianity is superior to every other kind of religion. You've heard the story, Buddha's grave is full, Muhammad's grave is full, but Jesus' grave is empty. So I was told early on that the Christian faith, the basis of it, is pretending like I know that Jesus rose from the dead. Pretending that I know that Jesus was born of a virgin. That cannot be the heart of faith. Why? Because pretending I know something I don't know is dishonest. How do you search for truth when you begin by pretending that you know something that you don't know? Surely Jesus was coming from a deeper place than that. And when we say that the resurrection proves the claims of Jesus, I always come to the same question. If Hitler rose from the grave, would you follow Hitler? It wouldn't prove a thing other than power, that there was some kind of magical power. So we have to choose whether the heart of Christianity is this kind of magical power or a kind of mystical love. And that's what I want to talk about today. Easter as mystical love. Because I don't want to have anything to do with the Crusader Jesus that's running this nation right now. I want to make sure that people know I'm not on that team. Because when I was young and I read about Christians cooperating with Hitler, I always said, if I'd been there, I would have been different. Well, now I'm here, and now I've got to back up my words, a lifetime of words, that I would have defended Anne Frank. Well, who all in Texas needs to be defended? That's how we'll know what we would have done back in those days. Do we stand up for the people that are being attacked now? You cannot put Jesus Christ first and America first. That's number one, right? If you put America first, you've just renounced Jesus Christ in any kind of meaningful way. So what we're going to try to look at today is a power that comes through love, through sometimes suffering love, that makes love more powerful than hate and life more powerful than death. The story opens up, the devil's in the story. How many of y'all believe in the devil? Okay. Tough crowd. Went down to you, yeah. Well, I don't either. The devil was one of the poems that was used. When you wanted to teach people mysticism, you had to start where they were, which often took fairy tales, but the fairy tales you would exaggerate to put them in touch with deeper processes that were bringing them into life. The devil was a symbol of dualism, a dualistic mind, a mind stuck in the either or. That's why he had cloven hooves, he had a forked tongue, the horns. The word itself means to cast into. So it was a poem. Judas Iscariot means dagger. Judas was a militant rebel. Like Barabbas, he didn't like the idea of someone trusting gentleness and love. So they're having this kind of argument. And it's the setup for what the resurrection means. After I left the funeral home, behind our house was a field. And the field had real death. Life, birth, death. And it bothered me at first to see lizards with ants on them. But I began to see a beauty there that I didn't see in the funeral home. There was still pain, but there was a larger life going on. You had a sense of a shared life that was bigger than any one of the lives, and that each of the beings was a cell in that larger body. When you see the word cosmos, or world, in John, that's one of the things to look for. Is he talking about the common life, the larger self, the kind of cosmic self? Let's look at the first slide. In the story, or in the painting print that we have, the risen Jesus, you see Thomas touching the side, very philosophical moment. If I can't touch it, it's not real. Thomas was a literalist. And Jesus says, my peace be with you. Be not afraid. There are other versions of that. Could we go to the next slide? This is one of my favorite religious symbols in the whole world. It's the dancing Shiva. You see the circle of fire, everything that's happening in time. You see the multiple arms, because what many of the gods in Hinduism represent is the heart of being. So they have multiple heads, multiple arms. You have a drum for time. You have different symbols, but there's almost always one hand doing that. Do not fear. The next symbol is very familiar, the yin yang. I want to think in terms of Christian, the year in liturgy. In the yin yang symbol, you have a dark half circle with a white circle and a light with the dark. If you think of Christmas as the winter solstice, you have darkness with the birth taking place. If you look at the light part as, the dark with the light, if that's Christmas, then the light with the dark is death that takes place at the birth of spring. So what you have is the suggestion that when we're born into this world, there's a sense that we're born out of the material world. We're, in a sense, born out of death. Paul Tillich had a sermon on the Nativity that he called Born in a Grave. Frankincense and myrrh are funeral ornaments. As a human being, your body does not belong to you. You're here on a field trip. But when you die into a larger life. In most of the mystical systems of the world, your ego is an illusion. You're the larger life, you just don't know it, because you've been taught a small view of yourself. So the sacraments like baptism, communion, are initiating you into a larger view of who you are, of what your life is. And what Easter is saying is that your end is not the end of who you really are. The decoder ring that I use when I look at the symbols of the world is that whatever is true in that story has got to be true of everybody, everywhere, all the time. If not, it's not very helpful to me. So if the resurrection is a story about somebody, one person, who 2,000 years ago on the other side of the world sat up in the grave, that doesn't illumine my life very much. If it's a symbol that my life goes deeper than I can possibly imagine, then that may wake something in me that's important. When you look at the stories, the teaching stories, remember that the stories of Scripture are coming way, way after the fact. Way too late for a reporter to show up. Particularly John. John's a long time after that. So their purpose is to give you the experience that they had. I believe that the purpose of symbols is to have an experience. The beliefs are going to get in your way if you try to learn science. The rules are going to get in your way when you try to be ethical. So it requires enormous flexibility. But that's what a resurrection would suggest, right? Because if not, what you're doing is taxiderming Jesus. You're bringing him back, stuffing him, and carrying him around in the parade. And you're doing it with yourself, too. Because when you think your faith is repeating the words of dead people, that's a terrible place to be if you're trying to be born. The symbol God is a symbol of whatever the creative source that you have. The word parent, when you see that, is the source of our being, whatever that is. And you have to authentically choose what that is for you, what works in your life, what helps your understanding. In the stories, there's stories of mistaken identity. I think that's very important. They didn't try to polish the stories. They didn't try to get the alibi straight, which tells you they're not talking about history. If they're trying to get you to believe one account of history, then it would have made a huge difference whether it was one angel, two angels, whether it's this place, that place. They didn't care. And when Mary sees Jesus at the grave, she thinks it's a gardener. Isn't that a wonderful symbol? In a place where you're coming to dress the dead, there are flowers, there's new life. She was seeing Christ around her. When the disciples get together, they see Christ in their midst. They're seeing Christ in each other. When they go on the road to Emmaus, they see two strangers. They don't realize it's Jesus. Because the punchline is everybody is Christ. Everybody's Buddha. We're all a part of the Shiva dance. If you believe in Darwin, and I think you should, then resurrecting to the same form would be a terrible mistake. Because life is change. Life is transition. In the sense of the cosmic life, we're all trans, right? We're becoming something else. So that has to be okay. We have to let go of what we've been in the past and be born into something new and not let that scare us. Jesus said, whoever holds on to their soul will lose it. That's not what the church has taught. Church has taught that Jesus will save your soul. What Jesus says is you have to let go. Faith is letting go. There's a great quote from a scientist, Lauren Isley, who's scientific. I don't think he believes in God, but he's a mystic through and through. I love his stuff. He says of our role in the circle of life, we are rag dolls made out of many ages and skins, changelings who have slept in wood nests and hissed in the uncouth guise of waddling amphibians. We have played such roles for infinitely longer ages than we have been human. Our identity is a dream. We are a process, not reality. That's one understanding of what the resurrection means. It's that our personal death does not end the story that's being expressed through us. It doesn't end the life that's being expressed through it. Another great realization is that nature is not our backdrop, it's our essence. Nature is not your backdrop, it is your essence. Nature is not born, does not die. So part of the resurrection is realizing you're a cosmic process. So, one understanding of bodily resurrection is that a cadaver has to get up. If that works for you, that's wonderful. Doesn't work for me. I want a mysticism that takes in science. I want a mysticism that calls me to universal human rights. Another idea of bodily resurrection is that it's happening in the life process itself, in the physical, real world. This is Martin Luther. And I apologize for putting him down earlier. He said, "Our God has written the promise of resurrection, not in books alone, but in every leaf in springtime." Which resurrection would you rather have? A cadaver that got up 2,000 years ago, or one that's happening right now all around you? Augustine, "And Christ departed from our sight that we might return to our hearts and find Christ there. For Christ left us, and behold, Christ is here." That's mystical. One of the best presentations of a mystical experience, and I think every person here has had them. If you've ever looked at the sky and kind of felt yourself dissolving, kind of melting into the sky, or stood on a beach, and again just felt yourself being absorbed by it. That's the experience of a life that's larger than yours. It doesn't take a church, it doesn't take a Bible. It just takes presence. This is a song by Van Morrison, who was raised near the ocean. He wrote a song called "Into the Mystic." "We were born before the wind, also younger than the sun. Hark now, hear the sailors cry, smell the sea and feel the sky. Let your soul and spirit fly into the mystic." What do we do with death? That's this verse here. "When that foghorn blows, I will be coming home. When that foghorn blows, I want to hear it. I don't want to fear it." In our story today, Jesus is going to wash the disciples' feet, which is a very strange story. He's about to die. He's about to be executed. Who would think of the comfort of guests at a time like that? But the introduction to the moment is very important. Knowing, it says, where he was coming from and where he was going. That's that yin-yang that the Christian symbols are supposed to lead us to. Where we come from, where we're going. There's nothing to fear along the way. So he chose to act in kindness. And I think also what the symbol means is that's always the right response. When we're surrounded by cruelty, we be kind. When surrounded by lies, we are the ones who are honest. When surrounded with ugliness and devastation, we create. What gives us the power to do that is the mystic, the sense of our roots going deep into the cosmic process itself, a tie that binds us together with all animals, all plants, everything. And then a sense that life itself addresses us and guides us. Christianity jettisoned the mystical in many places, but it's never died. You find examples. D.H. Lawrence wrote a wonderful poem. He said, "What a catastrophe for humanity when we cut ourselves off from the rhythm of the year, from our unison with the sun and the earth. Oh, what a catastrophe, a maiming of love, when it was personal, merely personal feeling, taken away from the rising and setting of the sun, and cut off from the magic connection of the solstice and the equinox." So one understanding of the resurrection is that one body 2,000 years ago got up. Another mystical interpretation that I would invite you to consider is what Jesus knew was that we are born before the wind, younger than the sun. We're invited to let our souls and spirits fly into the mystic. I invite you now to your reflection on these words.
We were born before the wind, also younger than the sun. Yeah, the bonnie boat was one as we sail into the mystic. Heart now hear the sailors cry, smell the sea and feel the sky. Let your soul and spirit fly into the mystic. And where that foghorn blows, I will be coming home. Yeah, when the foghorn blows, I wanna hear it. I don't have to fear it, and I wanna rock your gypsy soul, just like way back in the days of old. And magnificently we will fold into the mystic. When that foghorn blows, you know I will be coming home. Yeah, when that foghorn whistle blows, I gotta hear it. I don't have to fear it, and I wanna rock your gypsy soul, just like way back in the days of old. And together we will fold into the mystic. Come on, girl.
Welcome back to the kids. It was such fun to see them come sort of dancing in. At our offering time, we pause to be thankful for all the work of our community. And today I would like to lift up those who work so hard to provide love and care for our children. Those in our nursery, those who lead the children's chapel, those who teach Sunday school, those who lead the youth group, those who take time off from work to go on a youth trip for a week. And each year, the ones who lovingly fill Easter eggs and those who hide them for the Easter hunt that will be right after this service. Our children are our pride and our future, and we thank all who so lovingly care for them. And now, may the ushers come forward.
Celebrate life, the jubilant
So there are some kids who are excited about what's coming next, which is an Easter egg hunt. It's going to be outside in our backyard and also just outside the backyard in the Field of Hope. So we have a larger range for kids to go this year. We start always with the youngest children first and go up in terms of age. There are lots of easy ones for the little ones to find on the ground. Parents, if your little ones are going to go out to the field, please go with them. We'll have some adults out there, but we don't want them to wander too far. It's not contained. And if you can make room for parents and kids kind of by this backyard door, that's where we're going to meet and gather and get instructions. Please give those folks some room back there. There's about to be a lot of fun. All right. Jesus, like Shiva, tells us, do not be afraid. May we release our fears and sink into the larger life of which we are a part. May we delight in the cosmic music that sings through each one of us. Now go in peace to love the world into the fullness of its being. May it be so. Amen.